Okay, so for week 9 of summer anime, gonna review some more shows out here for you. I took a break last week because, yeah, some of these shows were kind of like also taking breaks. So I thought, yeah, let's combine this week and next week, and then we'll have like 2 episodes of discussion here. So yeah, I mean, more stories kind of progress. A lot of romance shows continue to be solid, like Makine, Pseudo Harem, Oshi No Ko. We had a break, so only 1 episode, but they conclude the play, which was very nice. NieR Automata continues to be so sad, bro. Like, there's no happiness here. Everything is dying. We have like this kind of church arc in Spice and Wolf. Dungeon People, one of the cutest shows this season. Alya kind of like continuing with all these characters, and the student council plotline happening. The Dead Demon story goes hard. Shoshimin's story is like kind of funny as well. So a lot of like crazy romance shows and other shows as well. You know, anime season does continue. So yeah, gonna talk about like maybe 15 shows this week. Some that might be new, like Delico's Nursery, which I was like checking out. And yeah, feel free to skip around. I'll just yap about like whatever shows I've been liking the past 2 weeks. And yeah, let's get started. I guess I'll talk about Delico's Nursery. So yeah, there's 5 episodes so far. It's kind of like a newer show airing. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of good. The animation's like very unique, very nice, made by JC staff. So yeah, it does look pretty decent. It's following like this like European vampire type of storyline. So we've seen it before in like Vanitas and other stuff. But basically the gimmick is that the main dude, he's like a detective kind of like investigating this like series of murders. But then he's busy taking care of his kids. And all the other kind of like high ranking officers also like need to take care of their kids. So he's like, okay, let's have a nursery. And while we kind of investigate these murders at the same time, we'll take care of these children. Like story's like very standard, nothing too crazy. But yeah, there's like some enemies coming in. We see like these like kind of like hot European dudes, long hair, Bishojo boys. But it's kind of just like a wholesome show to check out. So yeah, I'll just like mention it for the first time. The story, of course, follows Delico kind of taking care of his kid, helping everyone else out. And then they're kind of like hunting for this like true vampire. It's called Trump. So I guess we'll see what's going to happen as the anime kind of continues. Also, after that, we have Days with My Stepsister. So there's 10 episodes here. I haven't really talked about it too much, but yeah, I mean, I very much dislike this show. It goes very hard on 4 times speed because a lot of these episodes are very like slow paced, like boring intentionally, because yeah, they're kind of like setting up like these characters living their daily lives, kind of like looking introspectively and then, you know, thinking in real time and then just like making decisions. But like the fact that it tries to like do this kind of realistic thing and at the same time has like so many anime tropes kind of turns me off. Like episode 3, when the stepsister kind of like wants to offer like more help to the brother, but she doesn't really know how, so she just like strips naked in front of him and offers him sex. Like that just felt like not real. Everything else after that just like took me out of it. Like she got jealous that the main dude was working with this hot girl, so she kind of works at the same bookstore as him and now is like getting closer to him. It's just like so weird. And then now they realize that they do like each other eventually. So yeah, they kind of like held up this barrier like every episode where it's like, yeah, step siblings are just strangers, nothing more. And now it's like, yeah, bro, it's like this is a romance anime. So yeah, I mean, they're kind of like battling it because they don't want to like fall in love with each other because they'll make things awkward with their parents. So yeah, that's like the gimmick we have so far, as like the anime kind of like wraps up soon, where like these two people will probably like get together, but they have to kind of like be very careful about it. But yeah, basically I do not like the show, but I see like a decent amount of people do like the kind of slow paced like kind of life experiences in this anime. So yeah, that's like my quick rundown on these 10 episodes. Nothing too crazy. Again, one of my least favorite romance shows this season, but you know, I guess they're trying something different here with like the slow paced storytelling. Also after that, we have Tower of God episodes 9 and 10. Nothing too crazy. Again, just like very standard storytelling. It feels like character motivations are very off, and then like the communication is also so bad because like sometimes people leave the party, like this dude Kang, who's like the devil of the right arm. He has like the angel wing, and he has like the cool power we can like change the wing to like a fist or a foot and then like change his like abilities. So yeah, he's pretty unique. So we get his backstory. It's kind of like a mini arc with him, kind of like confronting his past. So yeah, he's like part of like a human experiment with like his twin brother, who's kind of like the real devil of the right hand. So they're both kind of like tested on with all these other like clone children, and then all of them kind of sacrificed their lives. They were the last two to like survive, and now they're kind of like, you know, the perfect strong beings. We don't really know what happened fully, but basically yeah, a lot of people died. It was like very unethical. And then Kang kind of woke up in the tower, so he got separated from his brother. So yeah, I mean, he just kept climbing the tower. He stopped at floor 20 where he met everyone else, so that was kind of cool. But then he heard rumors about his brother, the angel of the right hand, so I guess he's gonna like kind of go up the tower to try to like meet up with him. So yeah, he leaves Bam's party, and the next episode, Bam is like, no, I gotta go after him. Bro, like, couldn't you make this decision the next day and, like, you know, all go together? But now just, like, the party is segmented into 3 different pieces. Like, basically, Kang is going on his own. We see Bam is also going on his own. He meets up with this like kind of little bunny girl who has like her own like intentions, very random. And also like Ja's party, he's like, okay, we gotta go after Bam again. So yeah, everyone's kind of like chasing after Kang, and then they're going to like this like big like desert area. Also, Kun is there. So Kun and his party, they kind of want to fight the Angel of the Right Hand because yeah, he's like rumored to be very strong. So I mean, this is kind of crazy because there's a high chance Bam is going to meet up with Kun. But it's also like a high chance we're going to get teased and they're not going to meet up. So, I mean, I'm hoping they do meet up because I need some story progression. I need something to be interesting because the fights are not doing it for me. But basically, the character motivations and stories are like kind of mid so far. The action is like really bad. I do like the character designs and like the abilities they're using. But besides that, I don't know what's going to happen. But I'm still watching Tower of God. You know, we're really close to the finale. But besides that, yeah, only like the music and the character designs are really sucking me in this season. The story is kind of like lackluster. The animation's like really bad. And I've been hearing like a lot of other people have the same complaints. Manhwa readers, even like, you know, anime only readers, they can't really tolerate this like kind of low quality animation. The story's not really strong enough to carry it so far. I think people are saying this arc is the weakest because we just like meet some random characters. We don't really get time to get attached to them. I don't really mind that much, but it just feels like everything else is lower quality and they're kind of like rushing things. That's what it feels like. Also, after that, we have Monogatari off in Monster Season episode 8. Yeah, solid episode. We had a break this week, so yeah, only episode 8. But oh my god, yo, Araragi's gonna show up soon. I'm feeling it. We get Shinobu's backstory. It was all so worth it. So yeah, I mean, if you're not watching this show, I mean, it's very good. You do have to like, you know, keep up with all of Monogatari in case like you get spoiled. But basically, like, yeah, we get the story about the princess. I was wrong last week as well. If you saw my like review last week, where I thought the suicide master was actually Shinobu. I thought the princess was just some random NPC where we get her story, but no, the princess is Shinobu. So a suicide master is Shinobu's teacher. Basically, Shinobu, she's so beautiful, and then this like witch kind of placed this like blessing or curse on her, where like everyone kind of kills themselves because they're worthy of like appreciating her beauty. So she wants to kind of fix this. She wants to fix herself. So yeah, the suicide master kind of like gives her like a mission to like make her uglier. Basically, don't physically harm her, but basically like make her like less noble, talk like in slang, talk more freely, and maybe make like a kind of like weird laugh, like ka ka ka. So she's doing all of that. It sounds like, you know, regular Shinobu we see in like the Monogatari series in a modern time. So yeah, that's funny. Seeing like how she kind of like develops this personality. So yeah, as she kind of like, you know, gets less attractive, more free, more wild, it's still not like fast enough. It's still not working. And then we see Suicide Master still dying because yeah, she can't really eat anything. She wants to eat the princess. Also, her servant Tropical-esque dies because yeah, he kind of like randomly comes across the princess because they're living in the same place, so it was bound to happen eventually. He kills himself, and then she feels really bad because yeah, that's like her master's servant. So we see Suicide Master, she turns into like this lolly vampire form. Sorry, these lolly vampires are canon, there's more of them. And then yeah, she's eating like the body of Tropical-esque. So yeah, that's when Shinobu, she realizes, wait, that's how I can like not waste the human lives that like sacrifice themselves. If I turn into a vampire, I can eat the humans, and it's like their lives aren't like being put to waste. It's a very morbid way of thinking, but okay. The Suicide Master accepts, turns her into a vampire, and now, you know, gives her a new name, calls her Kiss Shot, a Celeron Heart Under Blade, because yeah, Kiss is like a way of like, you know, being devoted to her, and then everything else Heart Under Blade. It's like, I guess it's like pretty fitting now that we see like her backstory. She turns into a vampire, she like goes into Japan, gets defeated, turns into like, you know, lolly form, you know, becomes partners with Araragi, and now it's all over. And then, you know, the rest is history. We all know what happened after that. So I love this backstory so much. I'm kind of curious where the story is going to go after this because yeah, we still have some episodes left remaining. This anime is such high quality. Shaft is doing such a good job. Hopefully they land the finale because they did take a break this week. But yeah, I didn't really know I needed this Monogatari season in my life, but it delivered so well. I love like this kind of like chill backstory with like all these characters kind of talking and thinking. The comedy is also like very solid. Just seeing Suicide Master die each time, and she's like, oh, it looks like I died again. So story of like this vampire and this hot princess, it was like very solid. And you know, can't wait to get more as the season kind of continues. Okay, so for Makine, Too Many Losing Heroines, episode 8 and 9. So before this, episode 7, we kind of like solved Lemon's arc. She was like, you know, very sad, but then made up with the dude and Chihaya. And then it's all happy. So yeah, we move on after Lemon to Komari. She's the kind of like short red-haired girl that also got like her heart broken, but she's still part of the literature club, and everyone else is kind of like helping, taking care of her. And then there's like the school festival that they're preparing for, and they want her to be like the star, like just plan everything. So it's kind of like a big deal for her. She wants to impress everybody and not let everyone down. So she's working really hard, but then I think she's working too hard. where it's like their plan is to make like a bunch of sweets and have like a sweet themed literature exhibit where like all these famous authors have like a favorite food that they like, so they kind of like display that there. So yeah, Nukumizu and his little sister, they're making the food while Komari's kind of like reading all these books and like kind of creating the exhibit, writing stuff down. But she still feels kind of sad that she was rejected, and she also feels like a bit painful that like the friendship that all three of them had in the club, they could have like still maintained that if she didn't like admit her feelings. It's hard to have like that same like kind of friendly relationship. It's like very awkward. So she's like struggling with that. So yeah, I mean, like very real situation here. But yeah, besides that, anime's very beautiful. We see her kind of collapse. It's like very tropey. She like stays in the nurse's office. We see like the hot, sexy nurse again, and then she like kind of escorts Komari home. And then Nukumizu is also like talking to her, getting closer. So yeah, things work out, I guess. They're kind of preparing for the school festival, so I think next week is going to be like the festival episode. And after that, yeah, more girls kind of continue on their plots. Yeah, we still have to resolve Komari's thing. And I guess the blue-haired girl, Yanami, will also like, keep eating and also get closer to the main character. So yeah, we got to see what's going to happen. All right, so for Shoshimin, episode 8 and 9. So this kind of covers like this arc with Osanai getting kidnapped, which wasn't really like a big deal. She actually planned her own kidnapping. It was kind of weird, like how she wasn't smart. Nothing about this was smart. It was very obvious and typical, but she set it up in a way where Kobato had to like kind of find her location using the sweets map and kind of rescue her. She was very reckless for no reason. But basically why she was getting kidnapped by this female gang is because she kind of like reported them in middle school, so they were like targeting her, and then they were planning on kidnapping her in the summer. So then Osanai had a plan to like basically schedule her kidnap date by making herself like look very visible in public. And after that, yeah, Kobato will try to like, find her. So yeah, that all worked out, but it looks like she had an inside person as well, like the person that Kengo was trying to save, that person's sister. So yeah, she was also working with Osanai. And basically, it was like a plot to get the gang leader arrested for kidnapping. So she was going to get kidnapped anyway. She could have literally just like told Kobato, yeah, like, I'm about to get kidnapped. This is the address, like call the cops or whatever. But no, she did this whole like kind of cat and mouse game. It's very funny. I mean, it's like kind of fitting because yeah, these mysteries are like not really like huge deals. These characters aren't really in any big danger because they kind of like have all the information on hand. It's all good. The gang leader got arrested. I mean, I assume after she gets out after like a few years or whatever, that she might get a revenge on Osanai again. But yeah, Osanai's ready for the smoke, I guess. She's out here eating like this giant kind of like melon parfait. It looks so delicious as well. So yeah, I mean, like the mysteries are kind of lackluster. It's like whatever, like who cares? Osanai planned her kidnapping, like bro, she was gonna get kidnapped anyway. It doesn't matter. But seeing them eat these sweets, that's pretty much the highlight of each episode. So yeah, that kind of continues there. I think we have 1 or 2 episodes left. So yeah, I'm kind of curious what they're gonna do for the finale. Maybe kind of like wrap up this arc with Osanai. It's called Sweet Memory Part 1, so it's gonna be a Sweet Memory Part 2. And yeah, I'm gonna miss the show because it is very chill. Even though like I think the mysteries are kind of underwhelming, like the interactions are like very funny. Seeing these two kind of like sociopathic people, they don't really care about anybody besides themselves. And then when they have a goal or like hold a grudge, then they focus on it 100%. So yeah, a somewhat deep concept for just like a show with the premise of 2 kids eating ice cream all day. Okay, so for the Elusive Samurai episode 9, yeah, we had a break this week, so a recap episode. But besides that, they defeated Shokan. We see Tokiyuki. It was very funny. He kind of like cut Shokan's arm. So then he's just like bleeding profusely from the wrist. And then Tokiyuki's just like running away in the kind of like little shack. And basically my dude kind of dies of blood loss. He doesn't really die though. So he lost a lot of blood, but he's still alive. So apparently the medicine they have during the Edo period was like that good where it kind of cures his blood loss. But basically he gets rescued, but it looks like he kind of like defects into the good side. He kind of looks up to Tokiyuki. He's like, this is my Buddha. His moves are so graceful, just like dodging everything. And he's just like so scary. So it looks like Shokan is in love with Tokiyuki now. It's very funny. So yeah, that's good. They kind of like save the village. They kind of get reinforcements from all the other people. And I guess they add Fubuki to the squad. So yeah, it's all very funny. I mean, I'm kind of curious what's going to happen to Shokan because he seems to be like a good guy now. But yeah, it looks like there's going to be like a long journey still to kind of like, defeat the emperor and everything. So yeah, I guess we'll see what's going to happen as the anime does continue. All right, so for NieR Automata version 1.1a part 2 episodes 8 and 9. So yeah, very sad, like shit's happening. We see all these robots are getting infected now. All the androids are getting infected. So like there's not really a way to fight the infection. Like the pod can cure you. And then we see Devil and Popola can like almost cure you, but besides that, like it's just spreading way too fast. So yeah, we see like all the androids are kind of running away. We see A2 trying to kill a lot of them, trying to save the robots, but it's all destroyed. We see Pascal killing himself because he sees all the robot kids are also infected. So sad. Bro, that shit was so sad the most recent episode. Also, after that, A2 kills Lily, her friend. Oh my god, bro, it's just all over. Like everyone said, it's timeline reset. Like nothing here matters anymore, bro. It's too sad. So I guess after that, we see everyone dead. Like Jackass is dead as well. So yeah, it's just A2 and 9S pretty much in this timeline. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe they'll meet up, and then we see 9S kind of like killing all these robots, opening like a door to the tower, getting the password. I think he kind of like killed a memory of 2B as well. So yeah, this dude is just suffering. A2 is sad. So yeah, watching this anime is like depression hours. I'm kind of curious what type of ending we'll get because yeah, like shit is so bad right now. But you know, maybe there's some hope, maybe there's some light at the end of the tunnel as the anime does continue. Also, after that, we have Dead Demons episodes 14 and 15. This anime is very solid. We're getting escalations after escalations, but nothing too crazy is like happening fully. There's like people are kind of like evacuating Tokyo. We see people getting crushed by like the mothership that's crashing. And a lot of other people are just like trying to run away, attack. The United States government is out here trying to like kidnap people. We see the higher ups are trying to escape by like going into like the ocean. So it's all kind of crazy. Basically, all the aliens are dying because they're kind of like sent here on like a suicide mission. We see Oba, so he kind of learns from like the aliens that like there's a way to stop the mothership from crashing. And then we see one of the other dudes who's like running the rebellion group. He has the invisibility cloak. He's also kind of like killing people and running like a rebellion. So it's all crazy seeing everything link up. Just like panic is happening. Like the city is like literally fucked, and then yeah, people are dying. It's like kind of broadcasted on camera. It looks like a lot of people will die in Tokyo, and yeah, it's gonna be Jover. We gotta see, but yeah, again, there's escalations, but nothing like definitive has happened yet. We have a couple more episodes left, so yeah, like there's plenty of time for like some shit to happen. I mean, I don't think there's gonna be a happy ending in this anime, but you know, hopefully like the story continues in like a positive way where we get kind of like good story progression and maybe like a solid conclusion as we're kind of like escalating things. Okay, so for Oshi No Ko episode 9, such a solid finale for this play. We see Aqua kind of facing off with Blade. He's so angry and he's like channeling his emotional acting. Like he imagines like a future where I kind of survive. That's like the positivity now. It kind of like symbolizes like Princess Saya or Akane just like reviving and then curing everybody. Because it's like, okay, what if there was a future where I didn't die? It was like so funny. She was like so positive. She's like, oh, is the stab wound? It wouldn't kill me. It's very sad seeing her again. Like it was very well done. So yeah, I loved it. I loved the way it was like depicted in the play. And now like we see Aqua just like being so happy that like Akane lived in the storyline. The animation was so well done. So yeah, I liked it. The play kind of ends there as like it's kind of like a happy ending. Everyone stops fighting and then you know they're chilling. But yeah, they after the play is over, they still have to do like more plays. It's like a month-long thing. So yeah, they can't really rest yet. But yeah, they keep like doing their performances. I don't know if they keep the improv shit they did in the first play, but yeah, besides that, everyone's kind of talking and interacting with each other. The actors and actresses are getting together to have like this big kind of like drinking party. And now we see Aqua kind of talking to the director. So yeah, he's like the best actor. So apparently he's like a significant character because Aqua kind of grows him once they all like kind of like party, get drunk. He's like to him, we have the same father. So this dude is apparently Aqua's stepbrother. We end the episode there on a cliffhanger. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. Is it gonna be like a hostile confrontation? I think it's gonna be friends, like long lost brothers hanging out. Are we gonna get like a big kind of story reveal? Like anything can happen in the next episode, so we gotta see. But yeah, the play was over. I really liked it. You know, very solid like story progression. Just like was done very well, such high quality, and there's room for more shit to happen in the future. So yeah, Oshi No Ko does go hard. All right, so for Pseudo Harem episodes 9 and 10, you know, cute show. Not that much to say. Like they're kind of like continuing. We see more of Nanakura in high school, so he's kind of like teaching her underclassmen how to act. There's one girl that kind of looks up to her, and then it looks like she has a crush on her as well. It's very cute. Also, after that, we see Nanakura visiting Eiji in college, so that was cute. He's kind of like, you know, having fun, like teasing him and hanging out with him. She kind of invites him over to her house as well because her parents aren't home. It's kind of crazy. They see the fireworks together, they you know, hug and kiss, and then they cook food together, so it's all very cute. Just like the relationship is progressing. These two characters are very shy, but still we're getting progress. So that's like something you can't really say about a lot of romance shows. Some of them tease us and they skip to a relationship at the end of the series, but here just like great progression every week, very wholesome. I can't wait to see more of these character interactions, and I'm gonna be sad when it's over because yeah, this anime is super cute. I love it so much, and the interactions with Eiji and Nanakura can just like go on forever. All right, so for Alya, sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. So yeah, we have like episodes 9 and 10. Nothing too crazy, like they're escalating this like student council plotline. We see like more characters just like interacting with Kuze. He's like the main love interest for everybody. There was like this random hypnosis thing happening in episode 9, which was very bad. Like, I literally couldn't take it seriously. But yeah, besides that, that's like the point of the show. It's just like a fun anime. Like, all these characters are just like interacting with Kuze. It's not really realistic, but like the crazy delivery about everything, it just like, makes the show. So, like, seeing the little sister, it's also kind of like, parent teacher conference day. So we see, yeah, Kuze and his grandfather, they meet up with like Alya's mother. They also meet up with Kuze's divorced mom. So yeah, that's all very interesting. I mean, maybe we get some backstory next week. We'll see. But yeah, it looks like Kuze's mom is very tired and depressed. It looks like her father is kind of like working her hard because yeah, they have like this kind of elite family name that they have to maintain. Kuze's like, he's the Giga Chad. He has like this super smart family, but he's kind of like Ayano Koji. But if he wasn't like a sociopath, he was more of just like a nicer guy that likes anime. That seems like what Kuze's character is going for. But yeah, he's just like a solid dude, just like helping everybody. So story wise, like nothing too crazy, just like the wild dialogue and then the way to deliver it. That kind of like makes the show so popular, I think. So yeah, Alya does continue. More cute girls. There's kind of like story progression happening, and yeah, they'll probably like nail the finale as we like get closer. Also after that, we have Spice and Wolf. Merchant meets the Wise Wolf. So yeah, we have like this church arc from like episodes 20 to 22 basically, where they meet this new village and they need more information on like Hollow's home village. So they kind of like talk to the priest in the church to get information, but it looks like he's dead. So then there's like this kind of like huge conspiracy where like he did something to like make the other neighboring kingdom respect them, but now it looks like there's like a power struggle between them, and now they're like fighting, and now everyone's like kind of like ganging up on Lawrence. It's like very weird, but stuff is happening. I guess like Lawrence and Hollow are gonna like solve a mystery here. We get like a cliffhanger on episode 22 where like someone died from eating the wheat. So I guess like that's a big deal. The wheat is poisoned. Maybe the other village is poisoning them. But it looks like, the church is evil, of course. And then, like gods like Hollow, they're trying to like fight back against them. But their church has too many followers. They're like, supported by the kingdom. That stuff is going on. So yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. But, besides that, Spice and Wolf kind of continues. There's like a lot of chill, wholesome moments as we kind of like learn more about the environment and the landscape. All right, so for Dungeon People, episode 9, such a cute episode. I love this anime so much. So yeah, we get more lore as well. So we see Belle. So like she's maintaining the dungeon, but then she has like a deal with the kingdom where basically they kind of run independent to the kingdom and they can like sell them armor and merchandise as well. But basically they have an agreement where basically if there's like a new king, the king can challenge like the dungeon administrator, and if he wins, then he gets control over the dungeon. So yeah, Belle has to defeat the administrators like goons to like basically kind of like continue this like peace treaty. It's very funny because yeah, Belle is very overpowered. This anime does a good job, surprisingly, like making overpowered characters like kind of like not ruin the story. They kind of like enhance the story, and then they don't really abuse their power, but then they use it to kind of like benefit everybody. So I really like that a lot because yeah, making an overpowered character in a fantasy show, it can't go wrong where you just go the generic route and like Belle and Clay just like defeat everybody. But here people are actually learning from their power. They don't like abuse it, and they understand the consequences of like doing things. So yeah, basically Belle, like she has like this cute kind of priest outfit, just like defeating everybody. None of the king's forces, even after like they have like support magic on them, can defeat her. And also like while they try to kidnap Clay because they're trying to use like Clay as a hostage, she can also defend herself. So yeah, none of them can defeat Belle or Clay. The kind of like dungeon peace treaty continues. And yeah, such a cute episode. It's so funny as well, seeing these cute girls just like defeat these strong people, and then kind of maintaining the dungeon. The dungeon storyline does go on. So yeah, I love their interactions. It's very cute and funny. And yeah, that's it for the shows this week. Thank you for watching. More animes I'm gonna review as we kind of get more finales. I know I didn't talk about some shows. My Hero kind of popped off. There's also like the Slime Isekai. There's like Wisteria Wand and Sword, VTuber anime. So many other shows out here. So yeah, I mean, there's like a lot to talk about. But TLDR, shows are getting like more hype, more like kind of escalations happening as we kind of like reach more finales. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping up. Please let me know what animes you're liking this season, and I'll see you next week. Peace.